Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, everybody. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you for tuning in once again this beautiful Thursday or Friday, depending on where you're at. We are back once again playing Pokemon Fire Red and Pokemon Leaf Green Shiny Hunting on Route 24 for the Professor Oak Challenge. I always forget how I say that, but it's a Shiny Living Dex. That's the way she goes. Cubbles, welcome on in. Thanks for being here. I hope you're having a great day. Blake, what's going on? Appreciate you popping on in. Balandros. Right back at you with the J, I guess. What's going on, dude? Hope you're having a great day. Tokemon, welcome on in. How you doing today, my friend? How's everybody doing? If you guys are hunting, what are you hunting today? What are the targets? What's the goal? Yeah, geez, we're back. 12,000 phase encounters last time we were here. That is what we ended on. We are continuing from there, so we will hit double odds today if we don't get a shiny first. First encounter of the day, we've got no shinies, but that's expected. So we will continue. For those of you who are not aware, our goal today is to get... Yo! Wait. I just realized I have the whole ass wrong overlay on up top. This is not Route 4, this is Route 24. There we go. That was very incorrect. Hey, Smack Dab, welcome in. How's your day going? What's going on? GG is on not having to do the morning classes anymore. That's nice. There, so our phase targets are, well, I guess not phases, but our targets are this. We need 2 Oddish, 2 Bellsprout, and 1 more Abra. We did need 2, however, we've already got 1 of them, so we just need 1 more. I want to ask a feedback question from those of y'all who are here. What are you guys thinking of not having the background music on during these streams and playing the game audio? I personally think it sounds good. I also I do like the idea of just having the lo-fi in the background and the Pokemon playing silently in the back. But everybody else has their own opinions, so I'd love to hear them. Dude, what the hell is making noise in my house? I didn't think anyone was home. One sec, I gotta see what the fuck's making noise in my house. Okay, sorry, I didn't realize my roommate was home. I thought nobody was here and I heard noises upstairs. I was like, what the fuck? What could that possibly be? But luckily, it's because someone who's supposed to be here is home. I was kind of concerned somebody broke in. But we are solid. It would irritate me after a bit, I think. And by that, you mean like the audio in the background would irritate you a little bit? Hey, Dark Messiah, welcome on in. Appreciate the kindness. Happy to see you here. Not much is going on. We are just hunting once again on Route 24, looking for our Oddish, our Bellsprout, and Abra. Hoping we get no extraneous phases, but we will see. We will see. I like the variation of having a little background. It breaks up the repetitiveness. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I do kind of think that there's a specific level of redundancy that comes into play. But with that being said, I don't know, like, how do you layer 2 different kinds of music in a way that isn't overstimulating? That's the biggest thing I struggle with in regards to that. I am literally background noise half the time. That's true, dude. That's true. A lot of people turn me on just to listen. Or some people do anyway. That's what I'm told. Yeah, I've set it so that the music is, the game audio rather, is relatively quiet, so it's not too overwhelming, and most of what you hear is just me talking anyways. But hey, opinions are always great to get. I kind of feel like the game audio gets a little repetitive, but I do enjoy it, and at this point I've listened to it so much that it doesn't, I don't know. You'd think it would bother me more, but it's kind of inversed. Pokemon, I'm doing all right today. Today was a good day at work. How are you doing today? Yeah, nothing crazy really. I did some work, ate some lunch, came home. I'm looking forward to not working this Saturday. This is the first Saturday in a month I won't be working. It's good to take that time off. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll work anyway, because I don't really have any birthday plans. I don't think anyone wants to do anything, and frankly, I don't even know if any of my family is going to want to meet up. I think my parents forgot my birthday this year. They usually talk to me in the week leading up about what they want to do, and they haven't, so I think they forgot, but it is what it is. I'm used to it. And yeah, I know it's not going to be the same for everybody. There's a lot of people who have more or less tolerance for variance in noise, volume of noise, or whatever it may have you. I'll keep it like this until I can think of a better idea to test out and see. Figure out every person's preference. Yes, I'll do that individually. Each and every specific person. Not breeding, but trying to level up and unite. Nice, dude. Nice. And what is the goal on that? Are they individual? I'm just not super familiar with unite. Are you leveling individual Pokemon, or give me the explanation, because I don't know. I'm throwing shit at a wall till it sticks. Thank you, Belandros. I appreciate that. I've listened over to the VODs a couple of times, and to me, they sounded pretty good. As far as mixing, I was leaning towards the game audio being a little bit too quiet. That was my opinion, but I honestly, I keep kind of flip-flopping back and forth between the two. I could always take a day off. I don't usually feel good when I do. I feel like doing something special is what you should do on your birthday, but I don't know, not to sound like a downer, but I don't really have anything or anything special I can think to do, or anybody that I really want to spend time with on my birthday. Now, I always thought it was Chex, but the market is pronounced sex, right? Am I wrong? I swear I heard people say that. CEX, Chex, sex, I don't know. And my local shopping center is selling copies of Red, Blue, and Silver. Really? What? Are they taking used copies and reselling them, or are they like counterfeit new copies? That's weird. Hey, it's all good, couples. No worries. I'm hoping I can make Sunday work for stream. We're gonna see. I have a side job booked that day, and I started it I have it booked to start really early in the morning. However, things could go sideways, and I don't know. It might take longer. We'll see. 1,210,000 total Shiny Living Dex encounters. Almost 13,000 into this phase. No shinies yet. I agree it's quiet, but I like it that way. I feel like it's a little easier to... have a good one? What? Where did that come from? I totally lost what I was saying there. Fuck. I've got to let myself finish my thoughts before I go to read something else, because I will completely lose it much more quickly than the thought came to me in the first place. But anyway, I think you go backwards, start at level 5 and work your way down to 1. I'm stuck on level 2. Interesting. I know nothing about the level system, so that doesn't mean a ton to me, but going from high to low seems interesting. That's a little bit unorthodox. Yeah, it's a bad habit, Alpines, but that's just how I am. I read something and then I kind of get lost in it. Yeah, that's true. Taking a day off to relax is potentially special. I would like to go for a morning bike ride that day, but I also want to sleep in, so I don't know what middle ground I can find. I kind of want to wake up at like my regular work time and then go for a ride. Well, no, it'll be a little too early then. Hey, Screamoo, welcome on in. Thanks for popping on by. Hope you're having a great day. We're just hunting on Route 24, looking for Bellsprout, Oddish, and Abra. But yeah, I can go for a ride. I guess the sun rises at like 7 a.m., so I can still sleep in for a couple hours. More than I'm used to. And then go for a sunrise ride. I think that would be a good idea. Get home around 10 or so, and then go for my Denny's breakfast. Because Denny's gives away free breakfast on birthdays. It's a grand slam they do. Yeah, okay. So it is, the store is pronounced sex. Seems like a weird choice. Like, just genuinely, why was that the decision to go with? Do respect, Screamoo. I am an adult and you are not, so it is a little it's a little peculiar when you say like the Pookie. I don't know, bro. I don't know if that's appropriate. I don't know if we should be doing that. Do appreciate the kindness. With that being said, I've been exhausted. To answer your question. And I don't think it's physical exhaustion. I think it's a combination of that. Pookie isn't even used that way. Yeah, it is. Pookie's used in a way where you're like Pookie's like a partnership thing. You would say Pookie to like a partner. What am I missing? I wasn't sexualizing it, if that's what you're confused about. Am I out of touch? Am I missing something? No to what? Hey, fair enough, Pokemon. Fair enough. If nothing sticks out audio-wise, then I'm probably doing something right. That's kind of how I look at it. If there's an equilibrium, a nice balance, then you shouldn't notice anything. Okay, so is Pookie used in a friendly way and I'm just out of touch? If that's the case, I'm sorry. My apologies. No, it's not about, like... jeez. This is why sometimes I just shut up and ignore things, because I feel like when I say things, I make situations into something they don't need to be, because my understanding or experience isn't really the same as everybody else's. Look it up? Alright, I'll look it up. Hey Chaz, welcome on in. Hope you're having a great day. What's going on, dude? Okay, well at least the internet tells me it's a term that has evolved significantly. Yeah, exactly. A term of endearment conveying affection or care, similar to pet names such as Honey or Darling. God, I'm not stupid. Ghost Peno, welcome on in. Hope you're having a great day. Happy to see you here. Art, what's going on? Thanks for being here. Yes, the bees and the lily pads. You proved it yourself last stream. There is lore behind it. Happy to see you here. What's going on? I know, like, as long as it's positivity, that's cool. I do appreciate that. I was looking up the definition of what Pookie actually means, and I was right. It's an affectionate term of endearment. So y'all were making me feel crazy for nothing. Fuck. To me, it seems romantically connotative, even based on what I looked up. But if I'm wrong and the context is changing based on the evolution of the human language, then that is what it is. That is what it is, and that's my lack of understanding, and that's my bad. I digress. I probably should have just shut the fuck up. It's not associated with romantic stuff 99% of the time. I don't know, bro. When you look it up on the internet, that's not what the internet says. But the internet's not always right, and the internet isn't always up to date with social constructs. So I get it. I get it. I also I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't understand things how other people do. That's been my experience my whole life. People always seem confused. Well, they often seem confused with things I say contextually. I don't always, if somebody says something, I take it totally differently than the other 80% of people would have understood it. I don't know, man. I don't know. It makes me feel kind of crazy sometimes, but that's life. I don't know. Maybe I'm autistic. And I say that and everyone's like, it's funny, joke. Half joking, half serious. It could be possible, dude. I don't know. Gaslighting for real? At this point, who's even gaslighting? I don't know. Is it me or is it them? Someone's got the match, dude. I'm doing good, Ghost. How are you? And I did look it up, Pokemon. I did look it up. I'm triple checking to make sure I'm not ignoring Pokemon, because I noticed I do that by accident often. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's just part of life. Just not. I don't know. Like, I feel pretty well adjusted, but something about me just doesn't understand what people say to me. It's weird. On the bright side, at least there's somebody we can each relate to. We're not the only people, clearly, right? Well, I wouldn't say I ignore a lot, unless maybe I do and I just don't realize how much I do, but I try to read everything. I'm definitely delayed with my responses most of the time, but on 32 console shiny hunts, it's really hard to keep everybody totally up to scuff on their chatting, you know? No worries, do what you gotta do, SmackDub. And thanks for trying to clarify that for me, Belandros. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I really don't try to, but I am aware that there are times where somebody said something and I just entirely missed it. It's the nature of the hunt, you know, literally. Screamo, fuck me in the fucking ass. No! Why do I keep doing that? Now I gotta fight on console 27. 1 second. I hate when this happens, dude. You just got that shiny now, Couples? Congratulations, dude. That is nice. That is nice. Yeah, 33 with the chat. That's fair. I mean, ironically, it's actually still... It's technically one screen. Technically one screen because I have it all on one monitor. But yeah, no, you. If we're talking window-wise, I'm watching... Okay, it was a different one. Okay. If we're talking windows, it's 32, 33, technically 34. Because I'm watching the camera too. What did I do? Everything, anything, and nothing. All at the same time. Does Ekans have fucking Intimidate? I didn't realize. Okay, that was a critical hit. Nice. We got wrapped. We are bound in the wrap. And one more. Boom goes the Dynamite. Wow, never mind. That was a high roll crit. What even happened? I don't think anything happened. I don't think anything happened at all. Also, everything happened. Hopefully you're enjoying Unite, Pokemon. That's why I added, but it just comes with streams. Yeah, I fear the day that I become more popular and I have like more than 10 people trying to talk at one time. And I simply just won't be able to respond how I would like to. Oh, yeah. I accidentally started a battle on console 27. I should have realistically just done the battle on all of the consoles before I started on Route 24. However, I didn't, and we're here, so I'm not really too worried about it. Eventually, I'll be done with it. I'll rather finish the route first, or I will just like one by one run into the battle and continue to have to pause. That was smart. Yeah, some would say so. What happens when you hit 1K? Hey, Vulpix, welcome on in. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. I don't know. For 1K, I want to do something special. But I don't have anything planned yet. I was considering a 12-hour stream. Now, another 16. No, as much as I would love to just smack another 16 on there, that's so expensive. So expensive. I would not do that again. I'd like to do a 12-hour stream. I just don't really know if many people would show up. Another 16 consoles, maybe. I'll get more people asking me, how does your CPU handle this? How does it run so many instances at once? I'm only 16 subs away. Oh, I must have gotten another subscriber since we started, because I got up to 385 last stream, and then 2 people unsubscribed since. So we must be one more up. We're on our way up. But yeah, I would like to consider 13,000 current phase encounters, by the way. I'd like to consider a 12-hour stream. I don't know what the better question is, what would you guys like to see for 1,000 subs? Is there anything particular you guys think I should do? Release? I know I saw the merch comment, which is something I could... Wait, I just realized once we hit 1,000 subs, we're open for full monetization. Oh, goodness, I can get AdSense revenue. We could do a shot lock, yeah. I would consider the shot lock. Hey, Carlos, are you into Croatian politics? I'm not even into Canadian politics, and that's where I live. I mean, yeah, I'm not really much of a politics person. There's things I have opinions on, but I try to keep that off of the, had to lip sync the, thanks for subscribing, Ghost. I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm not a huge, not a huge politic guy. I don't always speak on politics because, frankly, a lot of the time people get offended by what I have to say, and I get offended by what other people have to say, and you don't really end up happy. No one really ends up super happy. Yeah, putting any more screens on the, well, screen would be hectic. I don't think that'll happen. Releasing like a t-shirt would be a good idea too. What kind of stuff would you guys eventually want to see on a t-shirt? Well, Screamoo, I do know that. Now, another thing to consider is I don't really get people donating to me too often anymore. It used to happen when the channel... I had a lot of momentum like 6 months ago, and then I took some time off, and I basically killed the momentum, which is okay. It is what it is. Any extra money at all is helpful because it just goes right to my retirement savings. And I don't want anybody to feel like I don't know. I don't do this for money. I do it because I enjoy it and I like the community. There's no other way for me to have community in shiny hunting the way I want it without just streaming what I do. But no, I know monetization's not going to bring a ton of money, and that's okay. But anything helps, you know, a few bucks here and there, pay for, well, like I said, it goes to retirement. But hypothetically, you know, pay for a little bit of gas, cover a bit of a phone bill. It is what it is, right? When it comes to all-nighters, first to join, last to leave. Well, maybe we'll do, I don't know about a 24-hour stream, but 12 is possible. 12 is possible. 12-hour stream of shiny hunting, but every phase you get, you take a shot. Christ. Have to do vertical streams to get max ad revenue. Yeah, because then you get more people rolling in. I'm actually considering doing some horizontal streams again at some point. I discussed that last stream. I don't know. I would like to. I could have sworn that was a shiny Oddish sprite I saw. Damn, dude. Oh, I'm not even fully... Fuck. Alright. Oh, you meant horizontal for max ad revenue. I guess a lot of ads aren't really created to be vertically presented. Is that why you say that? There's a lot less ads you can run on vertical? $1K. Edit your badge and one. Edit your badge 1 and 2. Oh. Okay, I was trying to understand what you were saying there, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. 1K. Edit your badge 1 and 2 vids live. That's not a bad idea, actually. That's not a bad idea at all. I could. See, the thing is I have to clean off my PC a little bit. No shiny Oddish yet. Welcome on in, Sal. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for popping on in. What's going on, my dude? I just got to clean up some space on the PC, delete a bunch of stuff, and then... I think that would be enjoyable. And then again, it might spoil some things for the video coming out, because I will, like I've said for a long time, and I've been putting it off, but I will do badge 1, badge 2, badge 3, and so forth videos for the Shiny Living Dex challenge. Hey, GG's on landing. Glad you had a safe flight, Jack. Welcome on back. Hope you're having a great day. What's going on, dude? What do you want to call Sal? Sodium chloride. Now, with that being said, as far as the length of the videos go, I'm thinking they're going to need to be like 45 minutes, maybe longer. Does anybody have any other suggestions for length of what they would want to watch for it would essentially be a shiny compilation of every single shiny we got pre-badge 1, and then another video for every shiny pre-badge 2, including the leveling up, fails, a little bit of chit-chat bullshit in between, going over the gist of the shiny Professor Oak challenge and how it works. For 1K subs, you start posting a video series, and that's what I mean. Like, I think maybe we're getting to the point where I should start making those videos and releasing them. I don't know why I've been on YouTube for so long and I haven't done anything yet as far as videos. Hey Mayor, welcome on in. Hope you're having a great day. What's going on? Dude is playing the game 32 times at once. He's on another dimension. Even crazier thing, it's 32 different games. 32 separate consoles and cartridges. All with one controller though. Thanks for popping in. Hope you're having a great day, my friend. Yeah, hopefully we got a shiny Jack. Appreciate the good luck. And I definitely... I've been considering uploading a ton of clips. I honestly, I might just use... And I know this isn't necessarily what I should do, but I might just use like an AI clipping program to pull a bunch of clips. I want to test it and see how good of clips it can make, and if they are decent, then I can post them. I don't know if it would make good content for what I personally do, but I don't have a ton of time, so it'd be a good way to get some more exposure. And then obviously the long form videos I would fully edit by myself. I'm not going to use AI for that. Maybe for like some captioning, but that would be about it. But even on a like a 16:9 long form video, there's likely not going to be many captions. Opus clips? Opus? I don't know if I've ever heard of that. AI to scour the whole video and then manual selection's a good idea. That's what I'm thinking. And then AI can give me a bunch of ideas of what I want to use for clips, and I could even edit them a little bit if I need to. Because the thing is, we've got like half 1,000 hours, actually more, probably like 700 hours of footage to go through that I could clip. And it would very much so expedite the process. You can't spoil me, I was there. You mean like you were there for all of the hunts? Hence, the video can't be spoiled because you already know what's coming. If I understood something other than what you meant, let me know. That's what I understood. That's interesting. For 1K, seeing somebody dress up and do beer pong, and another guy had a barbecue into the live stream. Hey, Gamer Fam, welcome in. Hope you're having a fantastic day. What's going on, dude? What's going on? I could do some IRL shit too. I've considered a couple of times doing like a live biking stream. Opus. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I have considered doing like a biking stream. But that wouldn't necessarily be super interesting either. Maybe it would be though. Like when I bike, I am used to it enough that I can have full conversations while I bike. I would just need to find a way to not have wind blowing into the mic, and I could live chat with people while I'm giving her, just to see another side of like what I do in my free time and how I enjoy my life outside of the regular streams here. I appreciate that, Screamo. Now, with the one being said, I don't know how I could get help. That's the one thing. I don't really know how I could ask for help even. A setup tour is a good idea too. I know there's a lot of people who have wanted to see the setup that I haven't shown the behind the scenes of, how the wiring works, how it runs to the PC. You know, just a close-up video of how it all functions. That is a good idea. That is a good idea. Keep your 26 cents, Screamo. Yeah, you're good. Keep the 20 cents. The quarter, essentially. That's all for you, my friend. I just feel like at the same time, just a setup tour is maybe a little mid, but if I did maybe just like a 10-minute video going over the setup, that might not be a mid. That might be That might actually be, you know, some B tier, not some D tier. What's your go-to 6 mon for Fire Red? What do you mean 6? Do you mean like 6th in the party? Welcome on in, Jake. Hope you're having a great day. Appreciate you tuning in. My top 6 Pokemon for Fire Red. Fuck, that's a question. Let me look. I have a poster of the original 151. Shit, dude, I don't know. Dragonite, Gengar, Nidoking, maybe. Maybe Umbreon. Huge fan of Mew, obviously, but that's not anything I would use competitively. Ninetales is pretty kick-ass. Kangaskhan's pretty kick-ass. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a crazy ask. Those are just some off the top, but I haven't actually done a full playthrough of this game in like 15 years. So, I can't really say I have like a go-to setup or anything, because any setup I had as a kid was frankly uneducated. I wouldn't remember it. And I had a really bad habit of restarting games when I was younger. So I didn't really keep saves for too long. As unfortunate as that is the truth. Hold up, what the fuck? Oh, there's fucking stuff under my screen, man. Well, that's fucking terrible. Yes, save the 26 cents. I fear the 26 cents may be more better allocated elsewhere. Did a Minecraft live, pretty successful. Got a couple subs and followers on Twitch. Nice, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad it went well for you. Gotta save up like 120 bucks to buy Pokemon Champions and also Legends ZA. That's one thing I really do want to do. I also would like to do a live stream on launch day. I might get the digital version with an Australian eShop account, and then I can stream it right when it comes out. But we'll see. The channel could maybe get some momentum that way, and I wouldn't mind trying that. We'll see. We'll see. Hey, no worries. We will see you when you're back, Screamoo. No worries at all. I don't know anything about Pokemon Champions. It could be free. It could cost money. I don't know. I gotta fucking... The dust under my screen on my phone's bothering me. I gotta blow it out. I'm gonna have to get a new fucking phone screen protector. Because the thing is, it's a case, and it like sandwiches the screen. It's got shit under it, but it like has a sticky thing on it that the fingerprint scanner connects to, and then if I pull it off, it won't ever work again. Ugh. No worries, gamer fam. It's all good. We'll catch you next time, dude. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you being here. Charizard, Clefable, Primeape, Arbok, Raticate, and Dodrio. You really like the normal types, eh? Why do you gravitate so heavily towards them? Do you think? Because Clefable's a normal, right? Primeape, oh, I guess that's pure fighting. Raticate's normal, and then Dodrio is normal flying, isn't it? Or is it pure flying? I've been more knowledgeable in other fields. And frankly, I'm not very knowledgeable in this one. When it comes to typing. Remember I used to play games like Cube before, you edit the whole stream into a single like 30-minute video and post it. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I could do that with Chibi Robo as well. But the thing is that I really think I need to stream those in 16:9. I think I might do a couple or the next few streams in 16:9 and just see how they run. I said this last time and then I got home and I entirely forgot. I could have set this up to be horizontal. However, I decided not to, and by decided, I mean I fucking forgot. Let's hear an early yeah. Wow, you're really asking a lot of me today, but you know what? I could probably do one. Yeah. There you are. There you are. A little one. $14,000 current phase encounters. Still no shiny, but we got a couple thousand till we're at double odds. It's crazy how this works. Like, you get a few really fast phases, you get a few really slow phases. Really fast, really slow. Really fast, really slow. There's always back and forth. There we go. Dodrio is my favorite first-gen flying type. Raticate hits like a truck. True, that's not wrong. Clefable is a tank and has huge coverage, and the only weakness being fighting. I have Charizard and Dodrio as coverage. Arbok as my current psychic coverage. You know, when you explain it that way, that is pretty well diversified, if I do say so myself. Yeah, when you explain it that way, that's really fair. My team building skills are very, very poor though, so take what I say with a grain of salt. You know, I get into this mode when I'm shiny hunting, and I feel like sometimes my eyes are just kind of glazing over the screens in front of me. And I find myself looking past a set of Pokemon and then coming right back to look at that set again. Whereas I didn't check it well enough the first time. I don't know, man. I gotta do better. I still think that at some point I should maybe look into trying to learn some coding skills, and then I can code something that picks up on shiny sprites when they're on the screen, and then the second that a shiny pops up I get an alert so I don't have to check. But then again, at that point I feel like we're kind of cheating a little bit. I love you, Night, but some people rage quit and I'm stuck on one side all by myself. So it doesn't automatically forfeit or anything. It just ends up letting you get fucking pile driven. And it doesn't, like, the game doesn't add a new teammate or anything. Dude. I don't know what I can do in life to stop yawning so much for streams, but I genuinely, like, it pisses me off. I need, Jack, if you're still here, I don't know if you are, but I need those smelling salts. I know you found them. I should get those from you soon. Oh, fucking bitch. Look at this. Headphones just wrapped right around, I don't even know if you can see it. There you go, right in the corner. Wrapped right around my toggle stick. I don't know if you guys have the same issue I do, but when inanimate objects piss me off, I just get so irrationally angry and I want to destroy them. But then I have to take that second to recheck myself and realize, like, hey, that's actually really fucking stupid. Why would you do that? But I sit there, that happened, and the first thing I wanted to do is just rip on the controller and snap the headphones. Like, yeah, that's logical, dumbass. Come on. You mainly do challenge runs like monotypes or trade evos only. I can slam my head at a wall, but I suck at Nuzlocke. Victorious, you've seen the shot locks, so I mean, you know, same. I'm not good at Nuzlocke. No matter how hard I try, I don't seem to have the ability to plan ahead well enough to actually successfully beat a Nuzlocke. I still have not done that. Oh, see, at least you guys agree with me. At least there's some level of understanding there. I have a coworker today who he was working and he had his pockets full of stuff and he fell over while he was getting off of a truck, and it was a really stupid situation. Like, everything went wrong, you know? And he sat there and I looked at him. I wasn't even trying to notice. I walked by and it happened right as I walked by. And myself and another person noticed at the exact same time, turned around, and we were like, hey, you all right? The guy fucking goes over and he kicks the truck. He goes, stupid fucking thing, fuck this, and then keeps walking away. And when he did that, I felt that. I was like, honestly, man, I wish I wasn't here right now, just so you didn't feel like, I know that feeling. You're already pissed off at what happened, and then two people are right there behind you when you trip. Like, that's a recipe for not being happy. That is an absolutely delectable recipe for unhappiness. I didn't realize you needed 4 votes to quit, though. That's interesting. Well, that's the thing. You get so far in a Nuzlocke, you feel great about it, and then you make one bad move. And then suddenly everything's out the window. It's like, okay, well, I guess my run's just ruined because I'm not fucking omniscient. I don't know everything as much as I wish I did. W Dark Messiah, how have you been, dude? Hit a blinker, Dark Messiah. Would you do that? I think when he says you need 4 votes, maybe it requires like some level, maybe it's like half of each team has to vote to quit or something. I don't know how big the teams are usually. Like I said, I'm not very aware of Unite or anything that goes on with it. Well, I mean, it seems Yeah, no. Okay, now that you typed that out, I see how that sounds stupid. Never mind, Vulpix. Never mind. I mean, maybe forfeit's the wrong word. Maybe it, like, maybe the other team needs to agree in order for the game to end. I don't know. But yeah, forfeiture, oh, it really only makes sense when it's on one side. So yeah, thanks for catching that. That's not quite how that works, I guess. It seems you're still doing all right because you're still in the Elite Four. Still giving her. You haven't lost yet, have you, Jake? Now what's by definition, just because I'm not curious, what is a pacifist playthrough? I believe I've seen that on titles of YouTube videos before. However, I don't know what that is. W dinner, nice. I'm back. Did you miss me? Of course, of course. I always miss my viewers. Till they're here, I guess. I suppose that's different. Hopefully food was good. I might for my own mental health today not do the longest stream ever and go on a little bike ride. I feel like that would be good. The season's starting to come to an end and I'm getting sad. I get off streams nowadays at 7:30 or so and the sun's already down. And it's like, well, fuck, I can't really ride. I guess I could get a light. Maybe I should do that. I should get a high quality light to put on my bike. I don't know. Maybe if anybody gets me something for my birthday, then like a gift card or something, then I can. I don't know. I don't really. God, I'm trying not to. No, it's 5:30 p.m. Screamoo. It's 5:30 p.m. for me. I don't really have any like connections to people in my life. I have some acquaintances, I have acquaintances, and I have a couple of friends that I get along really well with. But other than that, I don't really have like family or anything that I hang around with. So I don't know. I don't think that'll be the case. Yeah, it's 5:28 p.m. where I am. But maybe I'll treat myself. I've been working a lot recently. I mean, I don't know. I hate justifying extraneous purchases, though. Because why do that when I could just save and retire earlier on in life? You know? I know it's an extremist mindset, but it's how I feel, truly. Oh, okay, so you are getting put through the ringer with the Elite Four then. I misunderstood. You'll get her one of these times, Jake. You will. W Dark Messiah. I wish I had a pen right now. I would hit it. I could go outside and rip a bowl, but then my ears start to ring, and when I smoke, like, looking at 32 screens, obviously, Screamo, yeah, bring anyone you want in here, as long as they're going to be respectful, rather. But I have this weird thing where when I shiny hunt and I'm looking at all these screens, sometimes like you'll notice I blink like this a little bit, or I like rub my eye. Hey, Philip Washington, welcome on in. Hope you're having a great day. What's going on, my friend? What's going on? But I get these things where it's hard to see when I'm looking at the screen. I don't know why. It's like I get this. Yeah, it's happening now. This like gloss over my eye. Mike Gibbons, welcome on in. Hope you're having a great Thursday or Friday, depending on where you're at. What's going on, my friend? What's going on? If I recall correct, Mike was in the UK? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't always remember. But anyway, I digress. When I smoke, it gets worse, and everything gets really fuzzy to look at for a little bit. Like last stream, I smoked at the end of it, and when I was looking at the screen, it was just hard as hell to see. But that's happening now, too. I don't know. Like, my eyes are generally okay, so I don't really know what the issue is. You're in the UK? Awesome, Philip. Awesome. Whereabouts in the UK? my girlfriend and I, we were gonna try to go to London for the Ariana Grande concert this coming August, I believe, but we didn't get tickets, unfortunately. She woke up at 3 a.m. to get them, and we weren't able to. Woo, mountain time. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. No shinies yet today, Mike. No shinies yet today. We're 14,000 deep into the phase. Hey, Sarah, welcome on in. No, we did not get a shiny last stream. We started on a fresh phase. And we did 12K on that stream, and we got nothing. And now we are continuing said phase. Remember, if you guys haven't dropped a like already, I would really appreciate if you did so. It's free. It helps out the channel a ton. It keeps us pushed into the algorithm to get that 1,000 subscriber point we're trying to get to. We're like 15 subs away. Not only that, but it keeps this stuff on the old algorithm for you also. Nesith, welcome on in. Terrence the big nerd, happy to see you here. What's going on, my friends? What's going on? Utah isn't home, but it's where the Mormons allow me to live. What do you mean by that, my dude? I'm not sure I totally understand that sentence. Not sure I understand it much at all. I live in Brazil, Texas. Is there actually a Brazil, Texas? Really? No way. I didn't realize that, if that's true. Friday in Germany, yeah, because it's probably like 1 in the morning. Actually 12:30 in the morning right now in Germany. 12:30 or 1:30, one of the two. Am I right or am I wrong? I'm locking in at 1:30. 1:30, yes. Let's go. Let's go. Happy to have you here, Terrence. Appreciate you tuning on in. That's very kind of you. I try to be chill. Everything's going all right. It's been a long day. You know, I worked all day, came home, showered, ate a little bit of food, and here we are, shiny hunting on Route 24 with our Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green games. Yeah, we're doing all good, though. It's been a good day. Keeping it going. Heck yeah, Nessith. Heck yeah. Hopefully you're having a great day, staying safe, and enjoying what life has to offer today. Hey, Pokemon, I forget everything all the time, usually, so don't feel too out of place. I was actually just talking with a coworker about that today. It's just how I am. That's the lay of the land. Appreciate the 18 likes. That's very awesome, guys. That's awesome. I really do. Like, it means a lot. I know I beat a dead horse when I say that, and I continue to spew redundancy, but I mean it. I just sometimes lack the extra words to say what I mean in different manners. So, Sarah, what's keeping you up at 1:30? Do I like Angry Birds? I played Angry Birds frickin' like 17 years ago when it came out on my iPod Touch. I think it was something like that, 17 years maybe. I played it a decent amount, not a ton, but I haven't played it in years. I don't actually 15,000 current phase encounters, by the way. I don't play phone games in general. I've never, except for when I was a kid and I had an iPod Touch when those were the rave and tablets were not a thing. I played a lot of games on my iPod Touch. I really loved Touch Grind BMX. Amazing game. Amazing game. Seriously ahead of its time. There was other ones I liked too. Doodle Jump. I fuck with some Doodle Jump, you know. I don't really remember anything else. I could try to think, but it's been so many years. Not to mention I lost the iPod, or it got stolen, one of the two. Rome, Paris, and more in Texas. So Texas just has a lot of copycat named cities. They say everything's bigger in Texas, but if there's a Paris, Texas, there's no Eiffel Tower there. I doubt the tower is bigger than in France. No, I have heard of Paris, Texas, I believe. There's also there's a place that's in Ontario that they've... What is it? There's a place that's in Ontario that has the same name as somewhere in the States too, I think. Yeah, you got the gifted membership this month, eh? Speaking of which, let me see. Do I have any gifted memberships to give out? No, I gave out my 10 gifted. Damn, sorry guys. I would totally gift some memberships out, but I gave out my gifteds already. Hey, Shiny Pokehunts, welcome on in. And no way, congratulations on the shiny, dude. That's freaking awesome. What shiny did you get? That's been a long time coming since you've gotten your last one. It's been a couple weeks, right? Because I think you got a shiny a few weeks ago on stream, right? Thanks for the 20 likes, guys. I really appreciate that. Halfway to the like goal. Shiny Uncatchable, that's what you got today, or that's what you got a couple weeks ago? So, if that's the case, you're saying you phased on your starter hunt? In BDSP. Damn, it happens, man. Keep that grind up and you'll get there soon. You'll get there soon. That's fair. I mean, we all have our favorite franchises. As you can see, mine's Pokemon. It is my hyper fixation. I love shiny Pokemon. I love the rarity. I love the feeling of, like, gambling. In the sense of how shiny hunting works. I don't actually gamble, but I love how that feeling feels, and that's what it's most kin to, I think. Congrats on the shiny, dude. That is friggin' awesome. You know, that sounds cool, Pokemon. The one thing that bothers me, though, is nowadays there are a lot of predators on Roblox, and it's become a hub where it's not necessarily safe for children to be playing that unsupervised. And, you know, the owners don't really seem to care that much that that's what it's used for either, which is pretty sad. I mean, I think to some degree, as a game, like the developers or the owners, whatever you want to call it, at some point they have a duty to make sure that the people who are on their servers are safe, or at least that there are safeguards in place, right? If you guys disagree with me, I'd love to hear if so and why, but yeah, I just kind of have a reservation to the game a little bit for that reason. Granted, like, friggin' 15 years ago I played Roblox, and I liked playing Bird Simulator. That was cool. That was fun. I enjoyed it. Hey, Cobbles! GG on this shiny, what is that, Zerkatry? Is that how you say that? That's awesome, dude. Let's go. Everybody W Cobbles down below. We got multiple people in the chat getting shinies today. We got shiny Pokehunts with the shiny Starly. Cobbles with the shiny Zerkatry. Zerkatry. Is that an electric type? Is that a play on circuitry? Just out of curiosity, because now that I'm saying that, that really sounds like a play. I would be willing to bet that's an electric type. This is somebody who has absolutely no idea and has never heard that Pokemon's name before, but that really sounds like it. First out of the 3 starters. You mean that's the first uncatchable you've gotten out of the 3 starters? Because you've caught one of the starters, haven't you? I'm sure you've caught at least one. I apologize for not being more caught up in your progress report, but I feel like you've definitely gotten 1 or 2 of the starters. Okay, good. I thought I was going a little mad there, and mayhaps I was. But fair enough, yeah, if he plays with viewers and it's 18+, I mean, that's probably better to keep it that way. But yeah, my gripe is mostly just with the developers of the game themselves, or the owners, however you want to put that. Their lack of care for safety towards the people on their platform. That's what I don't like. Couples, make sure when you catch your shiny, send that thing over to the old Discord. Send it in PokeChat. That's one thing I want to see more people posting their shinies in PokeChat. I don't see them that often nowadays. And I know there's been a lot of time that I haven't been super active on the Discord, but I'm trying to, I want to bring it back up to what it was. There was a lot of people in there before, a lot of people chatting, sharing their shinies, hanging out. And I feel like after I took my little bit of leave, like when I went on vacation, I feel like it kind of slowed down a lot, but a lot of that's due to my lack of participation in there. So definitely, if you guys ever get any shinies, I mean, like Poke Hunts, throw the old phase in there if you got a photo of it. I don't know, I just feel like I'd like to see some more. Lebabo, hope you're having a great day, dude. What's going on? How have you been? What's new, dude? What's new? I don't know if we've seen you here since we started the new route, have we? But yeah, I know how it feels, Poke Hunts. Back when I used to play Pokemon Ruby Sapphire and I did my own shiny challenge on the side, like before I ever streamed or had any plans to do that, I think it was just one shiny Poochyena when I did the 3 starters, and I was low-key happy it happened because I was able to say that it did happen, and I killed the shiny, and it was a shiny that, like, I rather just killed or ran away for, or I would have had to kill or just reset the game. So I don't know, I thought that was cool. But if it happens more than once, then that's not really great. Spent a week not showering in the woods, like 2 hours away from the closest village, cleared trees, built a shack. You're rather turning a whole ass new leaf or fucking with me hard, and I'm gonna say the latter. And the reason I say that is because you don't shower anyways. You wouldn't have specified not showering. Neither. Bro, what do you mean? What do you mean? Now I'm confused as hell. Oh, cool. So you were doing some side work. Nice. Were you enjoying it? Was that something you liked doing, or was it something you just kind of felt like you wanted to help with, and then once you got into it, you're like, eh, this was a bad choice? Bro, we need Mike in here. The Wood Master himself. Triple B in the house. Billy Quaid, happy to see you here. Welcome on in. First shiny playthrough I played, ran into Abra, popped out of the ball, teleported. Man, it hurts. Dude, I can imagine. That would really hurt. And one thing I will tell you is how we got our shiny Abra on this route. That was actually our last phase, as you can see. Shit, right here. We made sure to go to Diglett's Cave first, and we got Arena Trap Diglets. Once we got all of our Arena Trap Diglets, we came over here, and that allows no Abra to run from us at all. But obviously, hindsight's 20/20. Stuff happens, and it is what it is. You should definitely try to avenge that though, and get yourself another one that you can catch and keep. I think that would be a good thing to do. Welcome on in, Billy. I appreciate you doing a view. Having a viewership time. Fuck. English sometimes, man. I'm a fire dragon battler. Never thought I'd get any shiny Pokemon, but I was surprised with the 3 hatch. Still got to work on Eevee. Are you talking shiny Eevee? Like you got a shiny Eevee, you got a train? Am I understanding correctly? Yo, that close enough. Close enough, Triple B. I know what you're saying. I get you. I got you. I feel you. Not physically. Oh, you need a shiny Eevee. And what game are you gonna hunt it on? Out of curiosity. Wait, is stream ending? Why'd you say that? Are you behind on stream? I don't know why you thought that. I'm gonna be AFK on the chat to finish the project. My friend's still listening though. No worries. Thanks for lurking, dude. I really appreciate that. I had an unpolluted sky and infinite forest on each side. It was dope. I could imagine, dude. That sounds gorgeous. I wish I got to go camping this year. GG's on the Pokeball catch, Cubbles. That's awesome. That is awesome, dude. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a little outdoor camp for my birthday. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. We did that for my wife's birthday, but maybe we'll do that for mine, too. Obviously, we still have a lot of light pollution here, though. Well, I guess that's not obvious. You guys don't know where I live, but... in a city. Give me just 1 second. I'm gonna run to the bathroom and then come right back. But, yeah, no, that's fair. So you're gonna do it on Violet then, Tokemon? Yeah, I will be right back. But definitely, show me a picture of the view of the front. I want to see it. I'll be back in just a minute. Thanks for your patience. Alright, we're all the way back in this bitch. We got that chair stream going on. Thank you guys for the patience. I do appreciate it. I'm gonna need this blanket. I'm cold, man. I'm cold. Cartana is best. I need a cart cannabis. I would love one, actually. Okay, let's keep on going. I don't know how long we're gonna go today. I think today is just gonna be a 2-hour stream. I might change my mind. We'll see how things go. But I think I'll go till about another 40 minutes and we'll call her. I don't know. We'll see. You don't see any stars where you are? Is it just like super freaking light polluted in the city you live? Because where I live, there's a lot of light pollution, but at the same time, it's still not bad enough that we can't see stars. Like when I wake up and I go to work in the morning, I actually, as of the last week or so, since it's been getting darker, or the sun's been rising later and setting earlier, I've noticed. I look up above my garage every morning going to work, and the sky is just gorgeous. Granted, I'm leaving at like 5. What time? Like 5:48 to 5:50. 16,000 current phase encounters, my friends. Now, I want to ask, because here's the thing about shiny hunting. I know it gets redundant, and I know it gets repetitive a lot of times. I want to know from you guys, as the viewers, what could I do to spice things up, to make things different, to make these shiny hunt streams maybe a little more interesting, to add in something. I don't know. I just want to know what would make it a little more interesting for people who have been here a while, and maybe to keep the stream from getting old. You know, some sort of wild card shit. Diglett does go hard. That's in fact a fact. 5:48 to 5:50 is a tight schedule. I know it sounds meme-esque, but I'm being dead ass when I say that, dude. I do run a tight ship. I start work at 6 a.m. every single morning, and I leave. That in fact, these this is a fact. In fact, these are all facts. Yes. But yeah, I do genuinely leave between. It's usually between 5:40, between 5:48 and 5:51 at the latest. I wake up usually at 5:34, 5:33 to 5:35. I'm a man of strict habits. Buy toys. What do you mean by that, bro? Please specify. 5:48 to 5:51. What a slop. I know. What kind of useless cunt has a 3-minute tolerance? What kind of sense does that make? Ugh. Time management? Or like, no? I don't know if it's really good time management skills or really poor. I mean, depending on how you look at it, you could hedge a bias either way. Not specifying. Think about whatever you want. All right. CMZ plush. Yo, Carlos, you're back again. No, I don't discuss politics. When you say Uzbek politics, I assume you reference Uzbekistan. This is your second time in the stream today. What's going on, dude? How are you doing? It's a very specific question. That's something I'll think about and look into. What are you thinking about and looking into, Pokemon? I think it's my eyelashes that make it hard to see because. Sorry, I'm gonna look at this like a crackhead for a second. I'm gonna hit that fucking. It's the only way to keep him out of the way. It is, dude. I need like a curler. Oh, you want to look into what other people do when they shiny hunt? Well, you see, here's the thing. I don't necessarily want to do what other people are doing either. Like, I would like to... Honestly, like, for you, Billy Bob, yeah, I would say they are. But I want to do something totally different. And the thing I've been thinking about for a while is I used to do... I used to do a lot of, like... I don't know how to put it, but I tried to give a lot of advice over stream and help people out. I'm really a proponent of life advice and financial advice. I almost wonder if it would be cool or a decent idea if I made like a call-in sort of talk show to go with the live, where we like talk to people live on the phone and go through shit while I shiny hunt. I don't know, something like that would be cool. I just, like, here's the thing. I can do something and it can be entertaining and people will watch it, but there needs to be a twist on it. Yeah, good luck on the 4 hours tomorrow, Cubbles. That'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. Thanks for being here, Terrence. I appreciate it. I think the next shiny is going to be Bellsprout. And I guessed console 14 earlier, so I'm going to stick with that. But I think we're going to be dry today, honestly. Or fuck shiny hunting, harass people at the park. Well, that's what makes money, is harassing people at the park. So that's fair. Do some kind of challenge you gotta do for a shiny list stream so it gets interesting whenever it's getting late and nothing's happening? Well, I think maybe I should have a like goal incentive for one. Consequences for shiny list streams. And also... No, I think I can't be doing too much at the same time. We can't be adding like 10 things at once. Now that's fair. What kind of things do you think you could do for a shiny list stream? Like, what would you guys want to see? Because I think that's a good idea. I frankly am really bad at ideas, and you know, if it means going a little extreme and doing something that, like, you know, where I gotta do like a fucking crazy physical challenge or something, like, I'm down with it. I want to make stuff different and interesting. Holy fuck. Okay, make Jan tase you. That's a little rough. I could low-key get a taser and tase myself on shiny list streams. But, like, that's also... that is both a terrible idea and a horrible idea. Dr. Billin. It's illegal, you criminal. I haven't done it yet. This is just conspiracy to commit. Which is still a crime. I got tased, it's pretty funny, and... Yeah, funny? That's how you describe that after being tased? You thought it was funny? Okay. Interesting. But yeah, like, I low-key really thought, like, a phone-in stream would be kind of cool. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I don't think it fits into what I'm doing. I don't... I don't think that's my best idea. Sorry, I got distracted there. What to do if I'm way too attached to the past? Like, I can move on, but I can't miss what's over. So, are you saying that you have, like, an undying nostalgia for things that happened, but you're spending, like, way too much time reminiscing and you feel like you're living so much in the past that it's not allowing you to live in the present. That's kind of what you're saying. Well, the thing is, the past is the past, and your memory, like, as long as you live a normal life and you don't go through dementia, that should be something that can always live with you, and you can always look upon fondly. And that's something that I've struggled with a lot in my past too, is like focusing too much on how good the nostalgic times were. But the thing is, every 5 years, you can look back at the previous 5 years and realize that you have nostalgia associated with that past time, whether or not you were appreciating it the way you should have at the time or not. However, what's constant is the fact that you should play Fortnite. I could play Fortnite. That'd be funny if yeah, chat drops mom's phone call. That's actually a really good idea. If people gave me numbers to prank call, like give me a concept and a number, and I just call and I'm like, hey, like, you know, there's like John breaks bad news, something like that. That's a good idea. I think that's funny. Not to that degree. Okay. Now here's the thing though. If you spend so much time just focusing and reminiscing on the great things that have happened in life, it's one thing to you know, give an ode to that and, you know, look back at those times and kind of rejoice in how fun it was. But if you're letting yourself get caught up and you're not really truly living fully in the moment because of it, that can be detrimental. Now, my point is, when you look back and you look back on whatever years, whether it be from 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 1 year ago, you'll notice there will always be some level of nostalgia attached to it. So to focus on that is kind of a I don't know if benign's the word, but really you have to remind yourself that you're better off to focus on appreciating what's in front of you and enjoying it while it's there, and not always just looking back. Not really spending time, it's more like having a breakdown every time I think of what was let go. Well, that still kind of falls in the same category as what I was saying. And the thing is the past will always be there. However, the one concrete thing about the past is you can't change it. What happened, and that is what it is. Whether it's something bad that happened and you're upset that it happened, or something great and you're upset that you can't recreate it, I mean, you could recreate it. You're the only one who controls your future outside of a few set circumstances, or rather just out of control worldly circumstances. You just gotta realize that the past is the past, and you can't live in it, but you also can't bother yourself as to like what you wanted to change about it. You can only affect the future. The past might have been great. Awesome. Make the future great. The past might have sucked. Awesome. Make the future great. The answer's the same regardless. That's how I look at it. I really like that idea of dropping phone numbers to prank call. There would have to be like a Discord or something, like drop it in the Discord. You're like DM. Or like a Google form. Yeah, no worries, Screamu. What do you like about the past? I miss my family. We were very close. God, what do I like about the past? I like the community that I had in a lot of scenarios I was in. I played basketball. I loved the community. Being in school, I loved the community. My friend group that I no longer have, I loved that. That was awesome. I feel like I was a lot more connected to people in the past, and I really miss that. I'm very disconnected, and I'm very lone wolf-esque nowadays. Now when you say I miss my family, we're very close. I miss some family members. I'm also glad some are gone. I had an uncle that I really loved and appreciated for years, and then I realized he wasn't really a great person, and inadvertently he actually cut me out of his life, which was ultimately for the better. But I spent years being bitter about it because it was without reason, it was without notice. I actually ran into him in public and he completely ignored me, but for a wave, a quick high head down, and a speed walk. I miss some of my friends and family that are dead. But we're getting out of the what do you like, and we're getting into more about what I miss. And I try to keep myself out of that because, you know, as much as I preach, I don't always practice what I preach, and I do get sad about the past quite a bit. I get sad about the past for a lot of reasons, and I live in it way too much, I think. But it's also a driving motivator for me because I look at my past and I realize that I kind of rather let myself down, or I felt like there was people around me who let me down. Not to say that's necessarily true or not. I don't want to embrace a whole victim mentality here. But it gives me a motivation to live in a way nowadays where I'm trying to create the best future for myself, or I can defy the odds of everything I've been through and come out on top and create the life for myself that I know I've always wanted. And I also want to be the kind of person that deserves the life I always wanted. Because I wasn't always that person. I've always had really deep aspirations. I've always had a deep belief in myself. But I wasn't always the right person to reap those benefits or to deserve these positive things. Does that make sense? Does that? So, you know, like I get caught up in the past, and I get a little upset sometimes, but I remember that I needed to go through a lot of those things to grow and to become a better person. And in becoming a better person and trying to achieve what I want. No, I don't even know how I'm trying to say that. I guess what I'm saying is, in the pursuit of my dreams, it's allowed me to run into pitfalls and become a better person, to be the person that is suitable to reap the benefits of those dreams. And I still don't feel like I'm there. I don't know if I'll ever feel that way. But, you know, I don't know. This is gonna sound really pessimistic, but in the short life I've lived so far, I feel as if, like, really you kind of have the world in your hands, and it's up to you to form what you want. And you can spend your whole life blaming the world for what it throws at you, because the world's frankly it's kind of an ugly place. It's up to you to make of it what you can, and to create something that you can be happy with. But yeah, I guess I'm forever trying to heal that little wound of what childhood Billin would have loved to have been through, and I'm trying to create a future for me that I'm happy for. One thing to remember, though, as a piece of advice I'd like to give you listening, 17,000 current phase encounters, by the way. You guys might think you have life figured out, or you might feel like you don't have life figured out. And regardless, I'm here to tell you that no matter what anybody tells you, nobody's got life figured out, and it's something you got to live at your own pace. It's something you got to do self-searching to be able to determine what you want and what's best for you. Hey, thanks for joining the Discord, Terrence. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Very, very kind of you. Great to have you here. I believe in you. You're always working on something. Well, thank you, Tokemon. I appreciate that. You know, and that as much as that may be, I am, but I'm not always where I want to be, and that's okay. I don't know. I feel like I really, really struggle in the relationships side of my life. I have a hard time maintaining healthy relationships. I really do better off alone, and it's sad because I'm really outgoing and I really don't like to be alone, but I don't know, man. There's something about me that's so destructive when it comes to personal relationships. Family, friends, partners. I think a lot of it's past trauma I have to work through and figure out, but I really do feel as though, you know, even though I grew up fast and there's a lot of maturity that came with that, there's still a lot that I'm missing that I feel like I probably should have developed when I was earlier, but like younger in my life, but I just kind of missed out on, you know? And don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming anybody or anything for that. I'm just stating that as what I feel to be I don't know, I guess it's a subjective fact. But that's really kind of you, Tokemon, and I believe in you too. It is, Chaz, and if you quit learning, I mean, that's really the point where, to me, your kind of life's purpose kind of, it starts to slow down and maybe not exist quite as in quite as pronounced of a manner. I don't know, man. I don't know. Life's weird. I get into these weird little states sometimes, though, where I kind of get down on myself at the pace I'm getting ahead and what I've learned and how I'm progressing, and yeah, they come and they go. I feel good and then I don't. You know, the crazy thing is in the past in my life, I used to have a real big issue with comparison. And you know, they say comparison's the thief of joy. But my problem nowadays isn't even necessarily comparison. I don't know what it is, man. It's comparison to, like, my own preset internal expectations. I mean, I don't necessarily think life is always the best thing ever. You know, like, there's gonna be good times, there's gonna be bad times, right? Hey, Ron, welcome on in. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for being here. Yes, the infinite GameCube setup, where 32 consoles have been let loose to run wild and free within the game room confines, of course. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll kind of just leave that to sit where it is. That comment, but life is hard sometimes. You know, I want to spend my life traveling the world and going and meeting people and learning things and helping out people, but it's not a reality that I can live through right now. I miss how spiritual I was. I used to go the smokehouse and church. I was into with nature and animals. They would listen to me and I could almost hear them. You know, and I think that's really important. That's a big reason on why I go on the bike rides I do. Like yesterday I went on a ride and we have this one park in the city that I stopped in, and I was just looking at all the autumn leaves, yellow and orange and green, and this bright purple or bright orange to green gradient coming down. And it was gorgeous. I just sat there and I stopped on my bike and I just stared for minutes. And I felt really connected, and I feel really connected with animals when I go outside, and I try to always, I don't know, I try to approach things with as much, like, connectivity as I can, but sometimes I don't know, I feel so alone. And not even sometimes, all the time. I always feel really alone. I always have. I've always felt like nobody really understood me. And I know that sounds like your typical, like, fucking, yeah, 2000s emo bullshit. Yeah, I get it. I'm just being honest. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Because, you know, I can hold my own, I can support myself, and I can generally find ways to keep busy, but I don't know if I'm, like, naturally, like, happy, you know? Hey, Meat Beater. Welcome on in. I'm not really one to reference politics too much in the stream, but one thing I will say is, unfortunately, yeah, no, I'll just leave it. Happy's a scam. You got to be content. Yeah, that sounds about right. No, that's fair, Ron. And don't get me wrong, I'm not even saying, like, what I deal with is hard on a daily basis, because it's not. I have it really easy, especially compared to a lot of people. I just have those internal battles, you know? I have a lot of internal struggles. I appreciate that, dude. I really do. I think it's something to do with, like, every year around my birthday, I feel like this. And I think maybe it's just because I'm getting older, and it's just catching up to me. And I know I'm still young, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Lebebeau, and what's today, the 18th? Yeah, it's on Saturday, man. It's weird. Fuck, I get it now. What do you get? What are you confused about? Yeah, it's not a great feeling, unfortunately. But all you can do is be positive and try to work through it, right? I don't know. I don't know if Meat Beater was trashing. Maybe I didn't understand, but I didn't feel like he was trashing on Charlie. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I don't like to comment on it too much because I don't think it's relevant whether my views are on the left or on the right or what, but at the end of the day, my stance on it's pretty simple. No matter what your ideological beliefs were, no matter where you stand, no matter how you feel, yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. But like you said, a young person was taken from this earth, which is not okay. To compound on that, that young person had a family. 2 children, a wife, parents, and like no matter what your beliefs are, you need to respect the fact that life has a value, and people deserve to be able to speak their mind without fear of, I mean, scrutiny, sure, but I don't know. It's asinine to me that people let their beliefs get so clouded in their own head that they go to extreme stuff like that. That's true. They did make him a martyr. Fucking terrible, man. Fucking terrible. I don't understand it. I don't know. I see. Here's the thing: is we, as you know, where we live, Lebevo, we don't technically have free speech, but I think everybody should be able to speak their mind and to be able to have a friendly discourse about things. But yeah, I agree. I didn't follow his ideologies. I didn't follow any of his, like, I saw clips every once in a while, right? And full disclosure, like, I'm not religious. I don't identify on either side of the political spectrum, but, and don't get me wrong, like, there's things I've heard him say that I disagreed with, and there's things I heard him say that I agree with. But I've been thinking about it ever since it happened. I found out minutes after. Yeah, that's interesting, Ouch Tool. I mean, you could if you wanted to. I found out like within 20 minutes of when it happened, and it frankly hasn't left my mind since. And I don't know why. I can't quite understand it. But it's I mean, it's really been weighing on my mind a lot. And I think I don't know what it is. I really don't. I think a part of it's because I saw the video. And I guess I was just reminded of the fragility of life, and also how easy it is for other people to... Yeah, I think that's a fair way to put it, Lebibo. I mean, politics are gonna happen no matter what. It's the fact that we can't be civil about them that's the problem, in my opinion. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I keep replaying in my head over and over, and I don't want to get too graphic about it, but if you think about the video of when it happened, it's really, really crazy to see somebody go from happy, living their life, and in seconds you see the switch flip, and everything is turned upside down. It really just reminds you of how fragile life is, but how you're really not in control of anything, and stuff can change at any time. But trust me, Lebibo, I know it was extremely shocking to me how quickly it happened. I mean, literally, if you look at the psychology behind it and the physical, biological side of it, like it was instant. Maybe even if it physically didn't pass instantly, he was never aware of what happened. And that's an even crazier thing. Like, I'm sure billions of people are aware of what happened, but the subject of which it happened to is not, and never was. Just crazy that, like, you know, just living and existing and standing up for your beliefs, like I said, whether you agree with them or not, is something that could just end your life like that. Kartana? What is Kartana, a Pokemon? I feel like I should know that, but I don't. But you know what? Another thing that really gets me is, like, just the fact that... Oh, it's an Ultra Beast. Okay, that's why I'm not familiar with it. The fact that, like... No, I'm just gonna leave it there. Well, the thing is if people were burning cities over it, that would be exactly against what he stood for, and I'm glad that people in lieu are respecting that. Fuck. Man, life is insane. I'm just gonna look out the window here. I want to see if it's still worth me going on a bike ride, because I'm thinking I'm gonna go in a few minutes to clear my head and enjoy the beauty of outside. But good job on finding it, Cubbles. Good job, my dude. Yeah, I think I might. I think I might just call it and go enjoy a bike ride and try to, you know, and this is the thing, and this why I've been trying to go out and enjoy nature and outside more is in big part due to the fact that you see life happen around you and you realize how fragile it is, and to me it really urges me to go out and live in the moment and appreciate things. Whenever I'm outside, I always make sure that I'm looking and I'm just like actually taking stuff in, and like I'll stare at the sky and I'll just think like, wow, it's crazy that I'm here and I'm still alive and able to view this, you know. But bro, I've been aware of my mortality for a long time. And there was years where it made me depressed, and there's been years where it's been a godsend for me, and in the last half decade it's really been maybe less than half a decade, but it's been a godsend for me. It reminds me to sit in the moment and just appreciate what's there and what's not there. Contemplation does make life better, man. I practiced it quite a bit over the last few years. I totally agree. It's important. It's extremely important. And I don't think my life would be... I would not be doing well right now mentally if that wasn't something I practiced. Just being totally real. Hopefully you're enjoying Unite Pokemon. But yeah, I think we're gonna do just I don't know, like 10 more encounters or so, and then we'll call it for the day. Fucking fan, man. Might as well just let it spin. There we go. I have this fan that makes noise, so I had a chip clip stopping it, and it kept like turning and hitting the clip trying to start. It seems now that it's spinning though, it actually isn't making any noise. Billin hit a yeah. How you do that?
Yeah.
There you go, dude. Shiny Chi-Yu is out now. Is that the last one? Or I thought the last one came out tomorrow. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Hey, Mike. What's going on, dude? It might be. I'm not sure. I'm simply going based off of a message that I had a viewer send me. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. I'm not familiar with any of the megas, honestly. I'm chronically offline unless I'm streaming. If I am online, I'm looking at finance YouTube, finance Reddit, like self-betterment stuff. I don't use TikTok. I don't use Instagram anymore. Mega Miltank? Yeah, so that does Mega Milkers. I know why you want that thing. I'm not dumb. I wasn't born yesterday. Are you a shiny? Some would say so. I mean, I'm ambidextrous, but predominantly left-handed. Above average height, red-headed, and blue-eyed. Technically, you could say I'm a shiny. I'm not much above average height anymore, though. Average height for a man in Canada is crazy. It's like 5'10". Left-handed? More like wrong-handed, am I right? Well, I mean, what's the opposite of right? I'll give you that. Sometimes when I'm working, people, like every 6 months, someone will notice and they'll be like, "You're left-handed?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Fuck. It is what it is. That's how I am. That's how it be. How it was." I just swore I saw a sparkle. What the hell? I didn't, though. Chill out, the average is 5'8" at the highest. Nah, dude. In Canada, it's 5'10". I'm pretty sure. Hey, Google. Average Canadian male height. Hey, Shu, welcome on in. Oh, shit. My phone caught that, too. Hey, Google. Average Canadian male height. I meant to say Canadian. I can't hear the stream. Okay, you know what? AI said 5'9", if that makes you feel any better. Appreciate you being here, Shu. Opinion on The Rock? Bro knows how to diversify into as many businesses to make as much money as possible. That's where my opinion starts and ends. Mine's talking and he said 5'10". Bro, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yo, I can hear the stream finally. Fucking guy. Yo, someone just fucking from upstairs sneezed so loud that I heard it. No shiny this stream, Dark Messiah. Oh, you mean rock is in the music genre? That's fair. I thought you said the rock. Oh, your opinion on rock. My bad. I love rock music. Punk rock's great. Rock in general is great. Big on punk rock primarily, though. If I'm honest. God, I don't know. I want to go out, but it's like, I don't know if it's worth it. If I'm gonna go, I should go right away, though. Yeah, dude, Green Day is awesome. I fuck with Green Day. Kenzie's World. Yes, I do remember you. What's going on? Hope you're having a great day. I usually go to sleep around 10:30, 11 p.m. I wake up at 5:30 a.m. That's my usual schedule. they're with their friends, one guy farted and wouldn't stop laughing about it. It happens to the best of us. Sometimes we have a little shite. It's only natural, right? Yeah, I'll go out for a little bike ride. We'll do 5 more encounters and we'll call it there. Maybe if I don't have anything to do on my birthday, we'll do a little stream, but we'll see. I don't really want to stretch that idea too far because I also, I don't know. I'm supposed to stream Sunday, but I have a job booked for Sunday morning, so we'll see how things go, man. It's worth it. What's worth it? Thought you were going on a bike ride? Yeah, I'm gonna do a few more encounters and then I'm gonna go. Because, yeah, we're just about running out of daylight here. The sun is damn near set, and I don't have a light on my bike, so I do have to go soon if I want to. Otherwise, I would stay longer and just bike later, but unfortunately, that's not something I can do. So we'll call this 3, the next one will be 2, last one will be 1. Remember guys, if you haven't already, please drop a like on the stream. It's free. It helps a ton. It'll keep my content in your algorithm as well as push this to other people's who like similar stuff. Appreciate you being here. Hope you have a great day. It happens, Pokemon. It happens. I'm glad to have you here though. I love playing Is That Curb Raised or Not? Yeah, it's fun until you find out it is. Night rides are great. I do enjoy them. Hey, Benjamin. What's going on? Hope you're having a great day, dude. How you doing today? I am actually just about to head out here, Benjamin. I'm gonna go on a bike ride before the sun sets here. I do really appreciate you tuning in though today. Thanks for stopping in. Maybe I'll see if I can get a longer stream in on Sunday. Maybe I can get my work done early. We'll do one final encounter here. That is a terrible idea, Lababo. It happens to the best of us though, right? Yeah, no, I need to clear my head, and I think I should really go and be one with nature for a little bit, you know? Sometimes you need it. And one more for good luck. I guess I really could go to 19K, I don't know. But yeah, man, I don't know. I've been in and out of like a good headspace and then into a bad headspace the last couple of days. I think it's because my birthday is coming up and I always feel like I'm behind in life. Yes, Terrence. I'm dead ass gonna touch some grass, dude. Well, hey, you know, we're always here, and if you ever want to talk, feel free to reach out in the Discord. I'd be happy to have some conversations with you, dude. You know, sometimes talking is the biggest help for mental health that you can have, so seriously, don't take that as lip service. I mean it. I mean, hell, there's people here in the chat that, I'm not going to say any names, but if they want to speak for, like, on the regards of what I'm saying, feel free to do so. I am here if you are having issues, if you do need to talk outside of stream. I will make myself available, and I'm happy to help out where you need. No, I do the same thing quite often, Benjamin. I know exactly what you mean. Just speed and turn up the music and everything will get better, right? But yeah, no, seriously, feel free to reach out. We all need a helping hand sometimes, and oftentimes it's just to be listened to and to be heard. So, I mean, if anyone ever wants to pop into voice chat too, feel free. Just hit me up and we'll make something work. We're gonna stop at 19,000 encounters today, guys. CMZ when? I don't know. Are you talking live or just in general? Because we can play when you want. Hey, that would be awesome, Screamo. I appreciate that. Yeah, his stream's gonna be over in 19,000 encounters, is in like three sets, so it's soon. Yeah, I feel like not enough people like to watch like the old game online. Wait. That's not a shiny, is it? What the fuck? I try my best to be better every day, Dark Messiah. I appreciate that. And no way, trade school? Leipabo? That's awesome, man. I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. Seriously. No, it's not shiny. But yeah, I feel like that's something we should do offline. Maybe this weekend I'll have a little bit of time. If you want to. Because I feel like we enjoy it more that way. And I say that mostly because I don't know if people like to... I don't know. I don't know if people want to watch it. But not a lot of people seem to tune into those. It is what it is. Alright, there we go. That brings us to a total of 19,000 current phase encounters. Still no shiny yet. We'll get one eventually, though. Yeah, dude, if I'm not doing anything on my birthday, maybe I'll hit you up. Otherwise, I'll let you know when I'm free. I appreciate that, Dark Messiah. That's all we can do is our best, right? That's just life. Take it easy, everybody. Hope you had a fantastic time and a great day today. Genuinely, it means a ton having you guys tune in. We'll be back Sunday, 10:30 p.m. UTC. Stay safe. Enjoy yourselves. Make sure to, check in on the people around you. Take care of your mental health. Take care of your physical health. And just have fun. Have fun. Thanks, guys. Peace out. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you, Benjamin. Thank you, Lebubo. Thank you, Screamo. Thank you, Cubbles. Thank you, Tokemon. Thank you, Dark Messiah. We'll catch y'all later. Peace.